and they can contribute to the paper, and we're going to type them up, and we're going to give them to everybody in the community, and we're going to get it real cracking. All right, Trayvon Martin was shot in the chest in Sanford, Florida in February 2012. He was 17 years old. He was killed by a neighborhood watchman named George Zimmerman. Zimmerman shot Trayvon during a scuffle and claimed it was self-defense, and is hiding behind standard ground law. Sanford, Florida's police chief resigned, but that's not enough. During the investigation, the media put up pictures that were years old of Zimmerman and Trayvon, one of a babyface Trayvon and one of a Zimmerman in his prison suit. Zimmerman went to jail for assault on a pig, and these charges were eventually dropped. I find it not surprising that they said Martin attacked Zimmerman. It's also not surprising that later pictures were changed with one of Zimmerman in a three-piece suit, and one with Trayvon with gold teeth and a white t-shirt, and another one in a black hoodie. They say he was suspended from school for selling marijuana and having residue in his backpack. Yubi said that the media will never tell the truth about a black man, so this is not surprising. From Emmett Till to Rodney King to Oscar Grant to young Trayvon, everybody is in on it, from the police chief who didn't want the 911 call to be released to the judge who is Zimmerman's family member. Man, I still don't believe that we have due process of the law, and I think it was murder. And what also is not surprising is that they tried to say Martin was asking for it because he wore a black hoodie, and all Trayvon had was a bag of Skittles. The Black Panther Party called for self-defense and an end to police brutality, and point number 7 is in still full effect, you know what I mean? So I must say that black people, you know what I mean, we still don't have due process of the law, and we suffer for too long. We're going to have our manhood, even if we have to level the face of the earth to get it, you feel me? We call on the people to organize and stand in unity against the domestic army and the common oppressors. All power to all other people.
All power.
How y'all doing today? All power to the people. My name is Ascario Lubala Mwari. I'm Sergeant at Arms for the Black Water Liberation Party, upholding the legacy of the Black Panther Party as a new generation. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. Oh, maybe I should. Alright. Basically, I want to focus on Lil Bobby Hutton because he's a warrior. He was the first to actually be recruited to the Black Panther Party, as well as many fallen soldiers who are continuing to die. You know, Panthers and the like who continue to die in the streets. And I want to touch on the issue of not just so much the police killing us, but us killing our own army as well, which is very important that we understand that there is no revolution without bloodshed, and there will be a standoff with the oppressor, and it's going to be a standoff between the oppressed and the oppressor. And knowing that the government, who is our oppressor, has all this armory and is way more military capable than we are, that we need to understand the only way we'll win is through guerrilla tactics and unconventional warfare, and the only way we'll be efficient in that is if we have a complete army, so we can't continue to kill our own army off. The Black Water Liberation Party, something we focused on, is armed self-defense. We believe that it's necessary and appropriate for us to continue to arm ourselves in whatever way we can, whether that be firearms and knowledge of firearms or primitive weapons. We also focus on community programs. We have a film series on Friday. Our office is on 32nd and Martin Luther King. This film series is basically put together, I'm squeaking, sorry y'all. It's pretty much put together so that we can educate the people, because the people could be ready to fight and have the will to fight, but unless they know or are educated to why it is necessary and to whom we're fighting, it'll be, you know, pointless. We'll have black imperialists, the sister was talking about, you know, it's, you know, once we have a military standoff, once we win the war, we still have to be able to function as a people. And the only way we'll do that is through politically educating ourselves, not just of politics, because it's more than a political thing, it's a human thing, it's a cultural thing. And the only way we'll have knowledge of self is to know our true culture. And that, you know, that's what point number 5 for the 10-point platform focused on. It's not just having an education, but an education that exposes the true nature of the society we live in and teaches us our true history, because if we don't know where we came from, we're afraid of our Africanality, we have little chance to actually function in the future. We also have a Feed the People program. We hold programs for Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We also have a self-defense program. I'm a martial artist. I take it very seriously, and I can show people that, you know, martial arts, and that's pretty much a poor man's self-defense. Martial arts actually formed with poor people defending themselves from vigilantes, just the gangs and the Panthers did, you know. We have a Watch a Pig program. We're actually trying to get people from the community to be involved, so that, you know, we don't wait till it happens to watch it on the news and then talk about how messed up it is that these people died. But when we see the police harassing people, don't just keep pushing, or, you know, don't just walk past and then wonder if that person's okay, or if you're gonna hear about them later on the news. But stand there and take a stand. That means the elders, the youngsters, all of us. When we see the police in our community, they need to feel uncomfortable, because, you know, they're not there to protect you, and that's what, you know, that's important that we bridge the gap between the younger and the older generation. Because as long as the younger generation and older generation have that gap, the older generation will depend on the police to neutralize the younger generation. And as long as we're dependent on the police, those police will be present. But the only way we can neutralize that is to understand that the police are not there to protect you, but to protect the interest of these newcomers to our community and these newcoming industries in our community due to foreclosure and systematic oppression and repression. You know, they're not there to protect you. You know, that's the point. They're there to protect the interests of these businesses. It's all about money. Even that means at the cost of you. You know, they're just toy soldiers. And we have to create our own police. We have to be have the courage to actually stand up to our own people and not neglect that. And be afraid. You know, that's what it's come down to, is we're afraid to deal with our own people. We'll talk about how messed up this generation is, but I personally believe that this generation is only as screwed up as the generation who failed them. So, you know, it's important that we need to get together and deal with each other on a level of not you being older and me being the young buck, but you knowing what I need to know and the mistakes that I can learn from the past in order to make a greater future, so that I can inspire my brothers, because I will take the risk, and so will my comrades, take the risk to actually go deal with these everyday lumping individuals, because the majority of our generation are not working class. Most of us can't have a job because most of us on parole or probation. So considering that, we are the lumping. We are the everyday Joe Smo. And you know, because of that, you know, we basically want the people to actually deal with the everyday brother from the block, because it's not just going to take some intellectual brother to come down here and leave the people to freedom. It's going to take a brother who got the courage to actually deal with his people on a level that they can understand and relate to. So I'm ending off by saying that. Rest in peace, Lil Bobby Hutton. All power to the people. All power to the people.
Alright, we just gonna do this song in light mood. It's called the Peace and Unity Rap. Unity. Yeah, it's the Peace and Unity Rap. So everybody can participate. You can say, yeah, peace and unity. Let's stand up for freedom. Get up, stand up. Yeah, y'all can participate. Unity, U-N-I-T-Y. Peace and unity. Yeah, peace. Get up, stand up. Here we go. P-E-A-C-E. Please educate our children with equality, cause if we don't, there's no hope for the future. Little boys and girls is pimps and prostitutes. So what you gon' do when it all hit the fan? You go round like a trick or stand up like a man? Still reminiscing off the OGs. They used to school me about peace and unity up in every community. U-N-I-T-Y. Yeah.